pelvis. So laying down, feet are flat, knees are bent, and let's begin with a pelvic rock. So flatten your back, tilt your pelvis forward. Your whole low back is pressing into the mat, and then rock your pelvis forward. Exhale, flatten the back. Imagine that cup of water spilling on your chest when your back is flat. That cup of water spilling forward as you tilt your pelvis forward. Okay, one more time, flat back. Rock forward and find neutral somewhere in between where that cup of water can just maintain, can stay steady on your pelvis. Okay, and then let's begin to just march the legs one at a time while keeping that pelvis in neutral and not spilling that cup of water. Okay, one more to each side. Good. Now let's bring one leg up to tabletop. Bring your opposite leg to tabletop. And maintaining neutral is going to be pretty challenging. So maybe you start with a flat back, pulling your whole low back into the carrot or into the mat. And maintain that as we begin our toe tap. So reaching 1 foot away, tapping, lifting up. Maybe your toe doesn't come all the way down, but you're aiming to reach the thigh bone away from the body without arching or losing the connection to the mat. Good. Relax those shoulders and breathe. We'll go for 5, 4, 3. Keep that low back pressing in. One more to each side. And very good. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Place your feet down on the mat. This next one is also about pelvic stability. So you can either walk one leg out a little bit further out and then bring your opposite leg to a tabletop, or if it feels better, you can straighten that bottom leg. I'm going to keep mine slightly bent. Then you're going to straighten this leg up. It's okay if it's slightly bent, but I want you to think of keeping that pelvis totally still as you circle your leg down and around, up. Cross over midline, down, around, and up. 3 more in this direction. So you're trying not to wobble in that in your core or pelvis. You're just trying to stay nice and stable. 1 more. Reverse, out, down, and around. Out, down, and around. It's hard not to wobble, isn't it? 3. And 2. Last one. Very good. Hug that knee in, straighten the opposite leg long, and circle your ankle. Take your opposite hand on top of your knee and rotate the knee across your body. Reach your opposite hand out and just feel that nice low back stretch. Bring everything back to center. Switch sides. So again, this leg can be straight or you can have it slightly bent. Find that neutral, pretty much neutral pelvis, and then the leg comes up. We cross it over midline, circle down and around and up. 5 in each direction. 4, minimize that wobble. Your hands can be down by your side. I kind of like to keep them on my hips to just kind of see if I'm wobbling or not. 1 more, and then reverse. Out, down, and around. Out, down, and around. 3, 2, and last one. Bend the knee. Here's my ankle that popped. Circle your ankle and straighten that opposite leg long down the mat. Opposite hand reaches on top of the knee. Cross over and reach that opposite arm out to the other side and stretch. And breathe. And come back to center. Okay, bringing those knees and bend your knees and then keep your feet flat, but have your feet about in line with your sit bones, hands down by your side. Breathe in. Exhale, flatten that back and peel your spine up into a bridge, keeping the hips in line with the knees, making sure those knees aren't flaring out to the side. Breathe in at the top. Exhale, roll the spine down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Inhaling at the bottom, exhaling, peeling the spine back up, one bone at a time. Breathe in at the top. Exhale, roll the spine down, bone by bone. Okay, 2 more like that. Peeling it up. Inhale and exhale, roll it down. Last one. Breathe in and exhale, roll back down. Good. Okay, so leaving your hands down by your side, finding that neutral pelvis, maybe even a flat back, bringing one leg to tabletop, bringing the other leg to tabletop. Now, I want you to err on the side of an imprinted spine, so low back's pressing into the mat. Reach one leg out and away and pull it back in and switch. And switch. So when my leg reaches away, my low back is not leaving the mat. I'm not arching at all. If you feel like you're arching, then you just need to go a little bit higher, reaching the leg out and away more, instead of lower, a little bit higher, right? Like this. So pick what works for you. We're gonna do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Legs come back to tabletop. Now, I want you to straighten your legs up to the ceiling, and you may even want to put your hands under your tailbone. That's an option. And now we're going to lower the legs just to where you can still maintain a pretty neutral pelvis, no arching, obviously, and low. Lift and lower. Good. Maybe your legs just come down a little bit and lift back up. Let's go for 4, 3, 2, drawing that navel to spine, and 1 more. Whew, I'm shaking. Take your hands out, give your knees a little hug. Place your feet back down on the mat, and now we go into a little bit of rotation. So here's where we want to put our hands behind our head. Elbows are pretty wide, still maintaining neutral pelvis. You're going to curl your chest up and then rotate the opposite rib cage towards that opposite hip. Rotate back to center, rotate to the other side, back to center, lower down. Let's try that again. Breathe in, exhale, curl up, rotate, center, rotate, center, and back down. Okay, keep going, curling up and rotating at the top. I like to envision the back of my shoulder rotating towards that opposite thigh and back down. Okay, 2 more. Roll up, rotate, center, rotate, center, and back down. On this last one, we're gonna add a little variation, curling up, rotating and reaching that opposite arm across and pulse. Up an inch and down an inch. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. If you need to come down for a break, go for it. Otherwise, curl back up, rotate to the other side, reach across and pulse. It's a tiny little lift and lower. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center and roll yourself down. Very good. Roll to one side, push yourself up, and you are done with that core series for today. Hope you enjoyed.